Well, I mean, it's always special to play in this building. I always feel fortunate. This is one of the iconic, in my opinion, iconic places in all of college basketball. Someone who's loved the game so much. When you come in and you see all that red and you see it packed, man, your juices get flowing. And just really proud of my team today. I thought the start of the game really set a good tone for us. I thought our execution early in the game was really good. We knew they were going to have a lot of energy coming off the game against Iowa the other night, and we knew how important the start of the game was going to be, especially with the crowd. So our ability to kind of get open shots, share the ball, I thought we got downhill. We got some layups, some dunks, some open threes. Then had the lead there under the 4 timeout, and we knew that's why they're a heck of a team and well coached. They're not going to go down without a fight. I'm just happy they ran out of time. I mean, Hood Schifino, the shots he was making in the last 3 minutes, and then obviously Galloway throws in a freaking 3-quarter court shot. And, fortunately we had one more point than they did. We made our free throws. We didn't have any turnovers during that stretch, and just feel fortunate to come away with a really big road win.
Good question. Indiana had 16 turnovers today. What do you like about what you saw from your defense?
Well, I mean, our defense, even though we gave up 83 today, our defense has been our calling card. Our offense has been the one that's been a struggle. Our defense has carried us all year long, and then today, we needed all the offense. I thought we did some good things in terms of creating turnovers, but they're very difficult to guard because of what Trace can do. He's not a prototypical low post player. He gets the ball out on the mid post and he drives it, and so it's really hard to kind of know when to help and how to play off. I thought, our ability to get 25 points though off of the turnovers was a huge stat to the game. Because they weren't able to get their defense set. We were able to attack in transition and get some easy ones, and you got to be able to find a way to do that on the road.
You've won at Michigan State and Indiana now, 2 of the toughest places to play. What does that say about your team?
Well, I've been saying we have a lot of heart, and it's still early. Every game we've played 4 now. We got 16 to go, but to play this schedule, we've played these first 4 games. To play Ohio State, Illinois, Michigan State, and Indiana, 2 of those on the road, and come out of that 3-1. That's a really good stretch for our guys. We're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. We have a lot of limitations, but our guys really battle and they really fight, and there's power when you have a together group. Everyone knows their roles. They play. We know our guards are the ones that are keys. They have the ball in their hands. They make the decisions, and those other guys are just filling into their roles nicely. We get good production. The bench guys are coming in and helping us. Matt Nicholson's emergence. I thought Ty Berry's game today, a double-double with 11 rebounds, was huge from the wing position, and just really proud. I just love going into those locker rooms. You can tell when a team is really together and they know they laid it all on the line, and super proud of our effort today.
Coming off a tough shooting performance against Illinois, can you speak to the way Boo lifted this team offensively in the second half?
Yeah, he was fantastic because Chase went down with a little bit. His back locked up on him. On early there in the second half, it kind of tweaked on him, and I was like, where's he at? We got to get him back in the game. But Boo's ability to play in the pick and rolls, kind of the rest of that game, I thought he made really good decisions. For him to only have 2 turnovers, and they were really trying to come after him. I thought he got downhill. He made some big time floaters. We executed. Had a really good score out of a timeout one time when we were bleeding a little bit, side out of bounds. He got to his right hand, made a couple big shots over Trace, which is not easy. He's such a great shot blocker. But he was fantastic. You come in here and you get 26 points on the road against a talented team like that, and then you add 19 and 8 from Chase. It was 6 steals. Those guards, certainly were worthy of playing as big-time players today.
Coach, you talked about the tough crowd that it was, and at times it felt like Indiana might get a 2 and the crowd would erupt, or even they wouldn't even score and the crowd would erupt. How did you feel your team was able to manage that and balance that, throughout the game?
Yeah, I felt like any time they started to go on a lip, they had mini runs, but I never felt like we had that 8-minute drought. That sometimes we've had, where we can't find the butt. Like I felt like even though they'd hit us with maybe an 8-point run or a 7-point run, we found a way to get a layup, or we found a way to get to the foul line, or someone stepped up and made a big shot when we needed it. And that's what you have to do in these venues. That's what's so fun about playing in the Big Ten. These crowds are going to show up. The students are going to. There's nothing better, in my opinion, and you're going to be tested. We told our guys the communication, it was loud. You know, there were a couple times even after the game where Booth said to me, "Coach, I know you were calling a play, but I didn't hear crap," you know, because it was so loud in there. And just so, you know, having older guys, you know, too. You know, I thought Robbie Barron played a great game for us today, but having him as a senior, Boo as a senior, Chase as a senior, Ty Berry as a junior who's played a lot, that's where you really lean on your veterans.
We've talked about it multiple times right now, 14 steals for your group. Was that kind of a strategy going into prepping into this week, or is that just kind of a thing in the moment that your team responded to well?
Well, we've been pretty active defensively. You know, if you look at our numbers, I mean, we haven't been giving up 80-plus points. I mean, I think Pitt was the only team to really do that to us early in the year. You know, but we've been forcing more turnovers this year. Part of it is Chase. I mean, he had 6, he had half those steals. So, you know, his activity, I think, becomes infectious. You know, we're finding a way with our defense to be aggressive without, you know, we only have 8 guys that we're playing, so it's really hard for us to press and get up the floor and do that thing. But how can we be aggressive in the half court? And, you know, I think we've done a good job. Our hand activity, you know, we do some trapping in the post that can create some turnovers. And then, you know, having, in my opinion, as good a defender as there is in the conference in Audige certainly helps that number as well.
Coach, you talked about the aggressiveness. I feel like we saw a lot of times where, you know, Ty or Jew would run and get that, you know, the loose ball or anything like that, hustling on offense, anything. You know, when does that aggressiveness on defense translate to the offense, and is that part of the formula that you talked about post game last?
Yeah, I mean, guys, our guys know we have no chance if we don't. You know, we come into every game saying if we got to be the hardest playing team on the floor. If we're not going. You know, and that's not disparaging to the talent. We have good players, but you know, we in terms of depth, in terms of size, in terms of scoring prowess, like we're not some of these teams what they trot out we don't have, but we do have a lot of heart and we do have a lot of fight, and we're really together. You know, and we talk about those things. Can we do those things every night at an elite level? And if you do, hopefully you'll put yourself in a position to win some games. And you know, fortunately for us, we've won some close games. You know, we've taken a lot of flack throughout the years for not being able to close. You know, these guys deserve some praise for closing today. You know, we've closed at Michigan State. We've closed some games this year that hopefully the experience of maybe not doing as well in the past has rubbed off on this year. But it's the leadership. It's about the guys. You know, that's when you can have fun coaching a team, when you can spend all your time as a coach worrying about game planning. You know, I'm not worried about attitudes. I'm not worried about who's worried about their roles and what everyone is such a great place with that. Now we can just really, okay, what do we need to do to try to beat this opponent? And you know, that's what's made it a really fun team to coach so far.
Any more questions?
Do you care if you're ranked?
No. I mean, that, you know, I just want to be, you know, our guys have goals. You know, they want to play meaningful games when it matters. You know, in late February, March. You know, is it a feather in the cap to the program? Absolutely. You know, someone says you're a top 25 team and players like that and all that, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys follow this league. I mean, to me, everybody's in the top 25. I mean, every team we've played 4 games so far, and all 4 of those teams are just really good teams, and they just told me we play Rutgers next, so really not looking forward to that one either. So this league is going to be about that. We can't get caught up in rankings. It was a great week for us, you know, 2-0 week. We took care of business at home. We came on the road and won. We got to get home. We got to get rested and get ready for the next one on Wednesday.
Congrats.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.